Good morning students. In the previous video we have discussed the 100 traces per second that Vanda's teacher Miss Mason read the letter of her father that they were shifted to some other country where no one would make fun of their names because there are so many long and lengthy names. Now we will continue this in this video. When school was dismissed in the afternoon, Peggy said with pretended casualness, "Hey, let us go and see if that kid was left down or not." Now after the school, Peggy said, and she was very casual at that time, and she said to Maddie they would see whether that kid means Vanda left town or not. So Peggy had the same idea. Peggy also had the same idea. Maddie glowed. Glowed means shone. Peggy was really alright, and Maddie also wanted to see that. So Maddie was happy to hear this. The two girls, who are the two girls? Maddie and Peggy, hurried out of the building up the street towards Vaughan Heights, and they started to go Vaughan Heights, where Vanda lived, the part of the town that bore such a forbidding air on this kind of a November afternoon. Drizzly, damp and dismal, wet and sad. And now they started to go towards Vaughan Heights, that is the forbidding part of the city, and that was very wet. Drizzling was there at that time. Well, at least, said Peggy gruffly. Gruffly means harshly. Well, at least, said Peggy gruffly, I never did call her a foreigner or make fun of her name. I never thought she had the sense to know we were making fun of her anyway. I thought she was too dumb. And Gee, look how she can draw. Gee means move forward. And now Peggy said that I never thought that she would know that we are making fun of her, because she remains quiet all the time. She didn't say anything. Now come, look how she can draw. Maddie could say nothing, but Maddie did not answer this. All she hoped was that they would find Vanda, because they were hoping that they would be able to meet Vanda. She wanted to tell her that they were sorry they had picked on her and how wonderful the whole school thought she was, and please not to move away and everybody would be nice. Now she wanted to tell her that they were sorry. Maddie said that she wanted to tell her that they are very sorry. Whatever they have done, they made fun of her. How wonderful the whole school thought she was. Now whole school thought that that girl was very wonderful because she had drawn. She was the winner of the drawing competition. And please not to move away and everybody would be nice. And they would say not to move away and everything would be right. She and Peggy could fight anybody who was not nice. She and Peggy would fight anybody. And the two girls hurried on. The two girls, who are the two girls? Maddie and Peggy. They hoped to get to the top of the hill before dark, because they wanted to reach there before evening time. I think that is where the Petroniskis live, said Maddie. Petroniskis, it means her family lived there, pointing to a little white house, and they were pointing at that time to a little white house. Wisp of old grass. Wisp means bundles of old grass stuck up there and there along the pathway like thin kittens. Kittens, you know, young ones of cat. The house and its spares, thin, scattered. Little yard looked shabby, dirty, but clean. It reminded Maddie of Vanda's one dress, her faded blue cotton dress, shabby but clean. Now they pointed out towards a Maddie pointed out towards a little white house where is old grass, and it was the path like thin kittens, very thin pathway, and the house and its sparse little yard. Sparse, thin, scattered yard looked shabby. It was looking shabby, but it was clean. And now Maddie reminded Vanda's dress, which she wore, her blue cotton dress that was faded, but it was always clean. There was not a sign of life about the house. It seemed that there was no one in the house. Peggy knocked firmly on the door, but there was no answer. She knocked the door, but no answer. It seemed as if nobody was there. She and Maddie went around to the backyard and knocked there. Maddie and she went to the backyard and they started to knock there. Still there was no answer. There was no doubt about it. The Petroniskis were gone. How could they ever make amends? And now it is very clear. It seemed that the Petroniskis were not there. They turned slowly. They means who? Peggy and Maddie turned slowly and made their way back down the hills. And after that they returned. What? Well, anyway, said Peggy, she has gone now, so what can we do? We can't do anything because she went. Besides, when I was asking her about all her dresses, she probably was getting good ideas for her drawings. Generally, I asked her about her dresses at that time. She answered, naturally, she had many ideas for her drawings. She might not even have won the contest otherwise. Otherwise, she would not be able to win the contest. Maddie turned this idea carefully over in her head. For if there were anything in it, she would not have to feel so badly. But that night she could not get to sleep. She was very much disturbed and she was unable to sleep that night. She thought about Vanda and her faded blue dress. Do underline, she was only thinking about Vanda and her faded blue dress and the little house in which she lived. And she thought of the glowing picture those 100 dresses made, all lined up in the classroom. And she was also thinking about the dresses which are lined up in the classroom. And these are wonderful designs. At last, Maddie sat up in bed and pressed her forehead tight in her hands and really thought. And again, she started to think. This was the hardest thinking she had ever done. After a long time, she reached an important conclusion. She thought a lot, and after that, she reached an important conclusion. She was never going to stand by and say nothing again. Do underline, she was never going to. She would never in future stand by and didn't say anything again. If she ever heard anybody picking on someone, do underline, because they were funny looking or because they had a strange name, she would speak up. Now she decided that in future she would not remain silent if anybody is making fun of anyone, whether taking her strange name or funny looking, she would speak. She had decided, even if it meant losing Peggy's friendship. It may be because of that she lost Peggy's friendship. She had no way of making things right with Vanda. Now she could not make. She wanted to make things right with Vanda, but from now on she would never make anybody else that unhappy again. And she decided that in future she would not make anybody unhappy. So students, you are able to understand this. Now we will discuss the question answer of this oral comprehension check. First question is, What excuses does Peggy think up for her behavior? Why? Peggy is also regretful for making fun of Wanda, but she thinks of different excuses for her behavior. She thinks that she had never called Wanda a foreigner. She had thought that Wanda was dumb. She did not hear what Maddie said. Now see next question. What are Maddie's thoughts as they go to Bogan Heights? Maddie and Peggy go to Bogan Heights to feel sorry before Wanda. On their way, Maddie thinks that she would request Wanda to come back. She would assure Wanda that all would be nice to her. Now, question number 3. Why does Wanda's house remind Maddie of Wanda's blue dress? Wanda's house was small and shabby, but it was clean. Wanda's blue dress was also faded, but it clean. It looked shabby like her house. These things reminded Maddie of Wanda's blue dress. Now, question number 4. What does Maddie think hard about? What important decision does she come to? Important question. Maddie is a sensitive girl. She feels hard about her earlier behavior. She has not shown the courage to ask Peggy to stop making fun of Wanda. She repents her cowardice. Now